Ladies and gentlemen, I am actually kind of shocked. Yeah. I know about this new thingamajig. But, they've finally added something to Apex that I thought they'd never add. Sure, they added biographies to, you know, our boy Mirage, of course. But they actually added biographies to the weapons, so we can actually read up on the lore about the weapons instead of just going on the wiki and, you know, using my Titanfall knowledge to, suss out the blind spots. So, we should have a read of each weapon. Oh, there's a more option? Let's have a look. Background. Let's do the Havoc first. While the origins of the Havoc is unknown, it is believed to be a custom-built fashioned for a Devotion LMG fan with money to burn. A versatile energy rifle, the Havoc is meant to mimic the behaviour of Devotion with the increased accuracy of an assault rifle, and fewer attachments to breach maximum output. Some might call it streamlined, but a certain mystery buyer would probably choose a tailor-made instead. Okay, the Havoc spin-up rifle, as we all know, is it was made by the same people who made the Flatline, or Weonlion Defense. Weonlion? It's a really weird word to pronounce, but this also speculates that the Devotion is also made by Weonlion. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. I just can't pronounce that that name. Anyway, that's midnight. Also, guys, when I explain these battles, I'll try and explain which weapons are made by which company. So first, the Havoc was made by Weonlion Armory Defense. Now for the Flatline, which was also made by Weonlion Defense. Now let's put the midnight skin on. All right. The VK-74 Flatline is a standard and beloved civilian firearm, first used in the frontier against the predators of all species. Many militia volunteers, such as Jack Cooper, brought their personal Flatlines with them when they joined the ranks. The weapon they are talking about here is known more commonly as the V47 Flatline. We see this weapon in Titanfall 2, and is the predecessor to the VK47. That version had no ammo counter. It's a harsh recoil, makes it an inexorable piece of machinery, but it's always its famous reliability and resilience ensures that it will always have a place in the frontier life. This mirrors the AK-47, which the VK-47 Flatline was inspired by. Rugged, reliable, and a very good weapon. And I admit, the Flatline's awesome. Next weapon. The Hemlock, also made by Weonlion Armory. Hang on, wait, was it? Yeah, Weonlion Defense. Let's read it. The Hemlock burst. Oh, they actually call it by its from Titanfall 1 and 2. A weapon developed exclusively for IMC ground troop. Lastimosa Armory was commissioned by the IMC to create a weapon with a stronger punch than the R301C, so it could do more effective puncture damage against standard issue body armor. During the Frontier War, direct sale to the public was prohibited, but its more updated model is commonplace in the Outlands, sold now by Weonlion Defense. Okay, now for the R301 carbine. The latest in a proud line of standard issue assault rifles, the R301 carbine is a reliable, versatile, and easy to control as its forebearers, the R101C and R201 SOAR. The series is almost as old as the Frontier civilization. Some say it's the first carbines that were built on Earth, and it has been a mainstay in every Frontier conflict. And it has. The R series of rifles has been in every Titanfall and Apex game. I should know. I played them all. And now for the Nemesis, a weapon originally made by Rampart. As we all know, the R series of rifles were all made by Lastimosa Armories, because it does even say their logo on the side, but because I got the midnight skin, you can't really see it. Next one, the Nemesis. The Nemesis was created by the weapons mod group known as the Sisters, who previously helped Rampart learn the tricks of the trade. However, when Rampart left their group and began growing more successful than them, they burned down Rampart's shop. Rampart suspected her prototype of the Nemesis was lost in the fire, unbeknownst to her. The Sisters have stolen it and decided to release it as their own. I don't know who made this, but I think it says S on the side of it, obviously referring to, the Sisters. But Rampart, you don't worry about the Nemesis. You've got the Rampage, girl. It's my favourite weapon. And now for some machine guns. The Annihilator, Alternator. The Alternator A2, I may add. Let's go to midnight. Where is midnight? Where is midnight? There we go. The alternator, the twin, this was made by, Easmeal Tactical, I think. Yep. The alternators are famous for its accuracy, featuring 2 twin barrels that alternate fire from a single magazine. It suffers less. It uses 10mm ammunition, by the way, guys, and shreds through targets. So it's less of the barrel, where that reduces accuracy in other firearms. However, it is patented receiver and barrel assembly is ensured that it can be only manufactured by Burial Industries. Hey, it was made by Easmeal Tactical. What? Hampering widespread adoption during the Frontier War. After Burial's collapse following the blackout that was caused after, the Gridiron had a massive explosion, the design was reverse engineered by surviving competitors, probably Easmeal Tactical, by surviving competitors, and the current models have been reached nearly the same levels of sophistication and is now widely adopted everywhere because we see it quite a lot in the hands of Mirage as well. The Prowler PDW. Yes, it's a PDW, not an SMG. There's a big difference. I wonder what they'll say about the car. If they actually say the car's full name, I'm going to be the happiest lemon alive. Background. Designed for the personal defense and named after the indigenous creatures of rabid, evil, monster, blind, tiger, scary feline. Designed for personal defense. The Prowler Burst PDW, personal defense weapon, you can say that entire thing, was an essential firearm for pilots whose Titans were commissioned during battle. Compromised during battle. Its compact shape gives it the punch of an assault rifle. Not really. At much a smaller size, and its burst action allows for the operator to lay down significant cover fire. This was particularly helpful for pilots ejecting from their Titans. It can also be upgraded to a full auto mode that has been replaced by the car SMG because we never see a full auto Prowler ever again. Or full auto mode that allows the operator to put heavy fire down range with the effective accuracy of an assault rifle. The R99. Actually, it's not called the R99, it's called the R97 CNA3. You don't believe me? Look, that's what it says there. That's what it says right there. Yeah, there you go. The original R97CN is indistinctly linked with the orbital boarding. The R97CN is also a branch of the R series of weapons platform, so it's related to the R301. It's related to the R weapons and the longbow. It is linked with orbital boarding because it says Colonial Navy there. That's what the CN stands for. It was designed to provide heavy fire in confined low-gravity spaces, essential for the Colonial Navy, a military arm instead of a colonial authority. Strong-boarded missions in high orbit. When former members of the Colonial Navy went freelance in order to join the mercenary syndicate, the R97CN was still beloved by the organisation. Commissioned at a new model, now virtually indistinguishable. The R99, but incorrectly called the R99. It should be called its actual name, the R97 CN83. No, the R97 CNA3. It's a common sight throughout the Outlands, but it's incorrectly named, and all the legends incorrectly name it, even including our boy Mirage. Heck, even Bangalore, the military expert, doesn't call it the right name. Anyway, back to weapons. Or submachine gun based off the M18, or submachine gun from Timefall 2. Give it a read. The first energy-based submachine gun to see regular use in the Frontier, the Volt allows its operator to fire a salvo of energy-based ammunition. It's actually ammunition tipped with an energy cartridge using temperature at the side there. It has a built-in thermometer. How cool! Decreasing drag and making it possible. Basically, little drop off because the energy helps it fly faster. Based ammunition. Decreasing drag and making it possible to hit targets within a short window in the early days of the Frontier exploration. Expeditions were often waylaid by dense populations of local wildlife. Progress on the ground was halted as settlers were ill-equipped to protect themselves in unfamiliar terrain. The IMC commissioned the Volt, which could be used quickly and especially at multiple distances, reducing casualties from local fauna and jump-starting excursions into untouched territory. Later, after the IMC started attacking the Frontier, the militia commissioned the Volt SMG to be used by their troops. The weapon was then used against IMC troopers and pilots, proving quite effective. Please call it by its full name, please. If you call it by its full name, I'll be the happiest lemon alive, please. The Combat Advanced Round Submachine Gun was developed by Lastimosa Army, also another offshoot Lastimosa, the R series of weapons. Oh, by the way, the Volt was made by I think Lastimosa, not too sure. This was made by Lastimosa, R99, R17, A3, and Prowler was also made by Lastimosa. Back to the car. But for some reason, the car, it was actually made by Vincent Dynamics. Yeah, like that. Or what's that company again? Kodai. But I don't know. Let's carry on reading. It was developed by Lastimosa Army to leverage the existing success of the company's R101 platform. A smaller barrel, lighter alloys, and other weight reductions improve the weapon's handling, while smaller ammunition affords low recoil and high rate of fire, even though this gun's been nerfed quite a lot. Traditionally, weapons with high rate of fire tend to jam when used for extended durations. To remove this limitation, the R&D team at Lastimosa Armory created a shoot-by-wire system where the trigger is linked to the fire mechanism via the internal CPU. I'm surprised they don't mention the R301's internal AI, but oh well. The system can detect overheat conditions, adjust rate of fire, and clear jams without operator intervention, often faster than the operator can realise the jam has occurred. Yeah. Well, they didn't call it by its full name, so that's a negative point. Anyway, let's read the other ones. The X55 excuse me, I'm really stuttering today. The X55 Devotion demands something different from its handler than most weapons. Commitment, a cycling energy, assisted fire action increases rate of fire. The longer the trigger is held, the added spin-up time can make the Devotion a risky choice in heated situations. However, upgrade with a turbocharger, or supercharger as I like to call it, decreases the spin-up and significantly makes it a VOT worldwide. And as you said earlier, the Havoc was also made by Rionlon Defense, which may prove that the Devotion was also made by Rionlon Defense. So we might not know, but weapons are based on similar platforms. The Havoc's an assault rifle and the Devotion's an LMG. I think the weapons were linked similarly, but the Devotion also borrows the Volt SMG's ammo tipped bullets, energy tipped bullets. So yep. Next, the Lastimosa L-Star. L-Star actually stands for Lastimosa Armories Energy Light Machine Gun. It's a Lastimosa armory weapon, and originally this started off as in the prototype of Titanfall 2 as a weapon called the. Hang on, let me get my sources up. A weapon called the ASW SMG. But anyway, let's read up. The L-Star LMG, or EMG, Energy Machine Gun, is the most accurately described as an automatic superheated plasma thrower. If a shot hits a target, it will basically do what happens if you put an apple in a microwave without putting holes into it, or a potato. Boom. It fires large combustible plasma projectiles propelled from its internal superheated chamber. A special lens-focused projectile and uninterrupted fire can cause the lens to overheat and shatter. Feathering the trigger is ideal, as it keeps the lens stable temperature while allowing continuous personal and suppressive bombardments. Also, there used to be a feature where you could remove the magazine, like in Titanfall 2, but now the legend just removes, or Mirage, just removes the core, or lens, as they said here. Look at all the warning symbols on it. Wow. Spitfire. Oh, I think it's called the M600. Yeah, the M600. Where's Midnight? There you go. This was also the All-Star was made by Lastimosa Army, by the way. The Spitfire, I think the Spitfire. Not too sure about that. Hang on. If I put the factory skin on it. Any symbols on it? No. Oh well. Oh, wrong weapon. The M600 Spitfire has seen great resurgence in the years since the Frontier War. Once an essential squad support weapon and one of the most annoying weapons to deal with in Titanfall 2, the advent of Titan warfare saw its role diminish, as it could neither pierce a Titan's armor or freshly track fast-moving pilots. However, when regional conflicts escalated in the early years of the Outlands, you know, after everything got exploded and the Outlands turned into a massive civil war full of no pilots, no militia, no IMC, the Spitfire was recovered as a prize, providing continuously accurate uninterrupted fire, and was quickly upgraded to the M600 Spitfire. Anyway, now it's time for my baby! My baby! I love this weapon so much. I love it. But yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't find out what the who made the Spitfire, you guys. But Oh well. Now it's time for the rampage. It's like Ramya Rampart Paquet, he says. When you don't rise from the ashes of everything you've built, don't get mad, get heated. The rampage, yeah, I knew it was called the M600 Spitfire. The Rampage light machine gun is the first gun she modded after a rival gang known as the Syndicate Sisters, as the Sisters burnt down a shop. Taking the M600 Spitfire as a base, it features a unique intake that can be loaded with a thermite canister to amp up its fire rate. Inserting a thermite and overloading the fire mechanisms, receivers and such, allows the user to deliver powerful shots and distinct advantage over base Spitfires with increasing rate of fire for a set period of time. You could say it brings the heat. The Rampage light machine gun also features an unconventional bullpup format, meaning the magazine is at the backwards, giving a lot more accuracy than most light machine guns. It's one of the most accurate light machine guns in the class, and it's better being fired slowly than quickly, if you ask me. And it's also a prized favourite as me of Mirage, because we love using it, don't we, Elite? Yep. Now for the marksman weapons. Ugh. The G7 Scout, or as I like to call it, the G7 Scout, the G7 Battle Rifle. This was made by Lastimosa Armories as well. You can see there the logo. The G7 Scout comes from a good stock. The successor to the G2 A4 Assault Rifle and the G2 A5 Battle Rifle, the G7 features a simple design and parts are easy to reproduce, making it a crowd favourite in the Outlands. Most remote state sniper stock include long-range accuracy while not sacrificing mid-range effectiveness. The gun can also be modified to fire in a burst fire, which makes it a lot less accurate. Yikes. Triple Take. One of my favourite tactical rifles. It's actually called the Double Take, but they named it the G7 Scout Lastimosa Armories, and this was made by Burial Defense. This is on the side. The Triple Take came close to dying at the blueprint stage. A successor to the D2 Double Take that fires from 3 separate barrels with each shot. The base model spread makes it a less effective at long range. The original Triple Take project was shelved, and a new version emerged in the Outlands after the blackout in the Frontier. While many sniper rifles demand a high degree of precision from their operators, the Triple Take spread proved more forgiving and effective for operators at all skill levels, including me, who can't use snipers. And now for the 35 repeater, made by Paradyna Arsenal. I think it's called that. Paradyna? No, not Paradyna. It was made by, what was it called? Hang on. I know it was called something. Wait, back to it. Okay, wait. Back to issue. It says there's a logo on the side. Hold Dear Arms. Yeah, that. While some claim Fuse's mullet is the finest thing to come out of Salvo, most would agree it's the 35 repeater, a classic. A lever-action repeating rifle, it can be charged to increase the damage done by each shot. Only one bullet needs to be chambered in order for the weapon to fire, which makes the repeater an asset in skirmishes, while a single round can be the difference between victory and defeat. Originally designed to protect rural farms from beasts and poachers, requiring minimal maintenance in the harsh sands of Salvo, the 30-30 repeater has become a symbol of freedom to the Salvinian working class. It's also one of the worst weapons in the game. The Bocek. The weapon that was introduced in my favourite season, Season 9, and it's the weapon that Carrie likes using a lot. Anyway. I don't know who made this, I really don't know who made the Bocek, but I don't know. The first compound bows to reach the frontier, or embroiderized with the brand name Bocek, in shades of neon, were meant to be used for sport and leisure activity. However, many parts of the frontier proved to be inhospitable, and in lean months, these pieces of sport equipment were found to be a silent and inexpensive means of securing wild game. The latest models have been designed for durability, precision and power. It remains deadly in the hands of a skilled archer, such as Mirage. Because, Mirage is the best everything, as we all know. Next weapons! The Charge Rifle. I call it the Charge Rifle A2, made by Vincent Dynamics, as you can see there. The portable beam cannon was originally designed to be an anti-Titan weapon. It's an anti-Titan weapon, as you can tell. Which can't even aim down sights within time or two to take down Titans in the field. So imagine what it can do to a human. Grisly. The Charge Rifle's signature orange beam starts charging on the trigger and pulls and fires automatically when fully charged. This unique firing cadence makes accuracy essential. A poorly aimed shot will leave the operator vulnerable to return fire. A shot lands, however, can finish the fight before it even starts. And it's also the only sniper that I like using. With its generous damage, its hit scan capability, and its accuracy, makes the charge rifle a reliable weapon to use in any battle. Next weapon, the longbow. Also, another weapon on the Lastimosa Armory's R series of white rifles. You can see it, just a bigger version of the R301. The D101. The longbow DMR, or just the longbow designated marksman rifle, marries an effective range of a sniper rifle and a semi-automatic rate of fire. Longbow is a terrible weapon in this game. Wish it fired faster. An experienced marksman can use the longbow to defend a wide swaths of territory from a single perch. Oh yeah, by the way, the G7 or the G2 in Titanfall 2 and the triple take / double take also fired a lot faster in Titanfall 2. Don't know why they nerfed the fire rate. Wider territory from single perch. Then seriously switched to firing from the hip. The rarity of a subtiple hop-up makes it difficult to modify, but nonetheless, it became the linchpin in early civil struggles between the Outland Township before signing off the Mercenary Syndicate Accords. You know, we really need Jack Cooper to just come in here and just destroy this awful syndicate, because it's really not doing the Outlands any favours. We need the militia back, we need the IMC back, we just need the syndicate to die, because seriously, the syndicate is just run by a bunch of flipping mercenaries, and Mirage was not like this. back to rant over. Let's talk about more guns. I love that they've finally done more about the guns. This is what I've been wanting since season 0. Okay, now for the Kraber, the one weapon I've never got a kill with. The original Kraber AP sniper, anti-pilot sniper rifle was designed to take down slow-moving military vehicles, and is also designed to be an anti-pilot weapon. Its successor, the Kraber 50 cal, range shot could take down a human at any target. A close-range shot, while significantly harder to land, will obliterate them. The Kraber is also the only weapon, as you know, that I've never got a kill with, and I probably won't get a kill with it because I hate using it. Now for the Sentinel, one of the most inaccurate weapons in Apex. I don't know who made the Kraber, but oh wait, hang on. I think it was made by Beyond One Defense. As you can see, the little logo at the side there, Sentinel. Now, fun fact about the Sentinel. Well, we know it was made by Paradyna Arsenals, Paradyna Arsenal there, but or was it? Is it Paradyna Armory? I think it's Paradyna Armory. But fun fact about the Sentinel. Its predecessor was called the A13 Century, the weapon that Advantage has on her back. This weapon here. That's the predecessor to the Sentinel ESR, the A13 Century. Just a bit of a fun fact for you there. Back to Mirage. But yeah. The Sentinel is a energy sniper rifle. Is a bolt-action sniper rifle effective at medium to long-range distances, and retrofit to solve a unique problem for snipers in the Frontier Militia. Acted as a linchpin in many of the Titan War's initial conflicts, but their effectiveness was undercut by a mass mobilization of Titans by the IMC militia. Full stop. Militia snipers realized that they could just destroy Titan's energy shield. That would create an opportunity for ground troops to do some good damage to it, the chassis. The result of these efforts allowed the Sentinel. The Sentinel was outfitted with a charge port that allowed the projectiles to be energized using shield cells to interfere with the energy shields on impact. It would also be fall out of favour in Titan Warfare, replaced by the heavy-hitting charge rifle, with range of destructive force in nature against a variety of targets at distance. Yes, but who here is actually using it? Not me. Not me. I'm not Mirage. And now, for the last class of weapons. Oh, not the last class. Second to last. Pistols. The RE45 auto pistol, made by Paradyna Armory again, or Paradyna Arsenal. Can't really pronounce that. I can't really tell. The original AP-15 auto pistol was manufactured by Lastimosa Armories and was favoured by pilots for its reliability and accuracy and for high rate of fire. It was so renowned for its effectiveness that when the RE45 auto pistol, which was virtually identical to the AP-15, excluding muzzle construction, was first released by Paradyna Arsenal. Many believed it was a new model from Lastimosa. The RE45 has now permitted the Outlands as of 2019. This was made by Lastimosa Armies and Hammond as well in a joint collaboration. A small but reliable pistol, reliable, was once standard issue for the IMC recruits before the blackout. While lacking significant firepower, it's famously accurate with limited recoil modifications can significantly increase its rate of fire. A standoff in the muzzle also ensures a great accuracy in close quarters. When all other magazines are spent, it's comforting to have a P2020 on your hip. Earlier versions of the P2020 are also known as the P2011, the P2016, and the P2019. The P2011 we've seen Titanfall 1, the P2016 we've seen Titanfall 2, and the P2020/P2019, which would say some, yeah, they corrected it, it used to be called P2019 on there, is well, seen in Apex. Oh, not the Wingman. The Wingman was made by, I don't know what that company is, I really don't know what that logo is, but we'll just find out. The Wingman Revolver. This is the B3 Wingman, I think. A powerful but slow firing Wingman has historically been popular among the frontier settlers as a symbol of rugged independence. However, for its strength and swagger, it can be difficult to control due to its harsh recoil. More than a few overconfident marksmen met their end with a spent Wingman in hand. Take that, Wraith mains. It truly shines when wielded by the handler who can match its strength. The Wingman is commonly noted as the preferred style of Apex Legends Games Commissioner Cuban Bliss, and was also pointed at the head of Jack Cooper when the Cooper stood down death and actually mocked and taunted Bliss when at gunpoint, proving that Jack Cooper is one of the most heroic pilots ever. Sorry, being a bit of a fanboy again. Now for shotguns. The Ether 8 Auto, which stands for advanced. Vehicle. Oh, hang on, let me get my sources up again. Hang on. Yeah, I like the CAS machine gun, which stands for Combat Advanced Machine Gun. Ether 8 stands for Extra Vehicular Activity 8. 8 stands for how much is in the magazine. This gun was also made by Rionlon Defense. Wait, did I miss a weapon? No, guess it didn't tell me what the Wingman was made. Who made the Wingman? But anyway, let's read. With the kick of the shotgun but high rate of fire in the competition, the Ether 8 Auto, the Extra Vehicular Auto Activity 8 Auto, is an asset in close quarters engagement against multiple or highly mobile targets. The Ether 8 Auto was a mainstay during the Frontier War, where out of all bands was made an appearance almost all pilots to pilot engagements. However, the Ether 8 is also useful for civilians and ground troops due to the forgiving nature of the firing pads compared to other shotguns, and it's my personal favourite shotgun for many reasons. The Mastiff, or the M500 Mastiff, I think it's called, also made by Lastimos Armories. Oh no, it's called the 1304. There's been a lot of revisions apparently. Originally designed as an anti-pilot shotgun from ground troops, the Mastiff is a powerhouse against even the toughest adversaries. Mastiff, like a dog. Shell separates into microslug when fired, spreading in a predictable and deadly horizontal pan. Given the intricate nature of its design, the cost of time associated with creating Mastiff makes it rare but prized firearm. It is quite a rare gun to find. And now for the Mozambique, an energy-based shotgun made by, I think, it says that, Altamirano Armory. Yeah. Now I know the Mozambique gets a lot of hate, but cut it some slack. It's getting there, all right. In the wake of the mass frontier migration into the Outlands, regional conflicts and land grabs created demand for inexpensive firearms. The Mozambique shotgun, named for an execution technique for a similar triangular spread, it's also named after a country in Africa, served that function for pilots in the frontier. And the new model was soon being mass-produced. You know, the one was 3 rounds, but it soon got buffed to 6 rounds. The new model being mass-produced for civilian use. The result is a firearm with a small magazine, not that small anymore, minimal stopping power, but used for self-defense. And a standard Mozambique will require modifications, a lot of luck, to be useful in a real fight. But if you have 2 of them and a purple bolt, you're good. Now for the Peacekeeper, a lever action shotgun, which is one of the first ever new weapons introduced in Apex, and as well as manufacturing became more commonplace with the IMC expansion, the need to guard IMC factories and plants against outlaws increased. However, many ballistic firearms could not be used on these facilities due to volatile materials involved in industrial production. The IMC then turned to Lastimos Armories to build an energy-based shotgun for a solution. and the energy-based Peacekeeper was born. Slow and heavy hitting, the Peacekeeper requires a few charges to put down a target's close range, and it's also one of the more accurate shotguns in the class. Because of the whole choke feature, where you can like aim down the sights and make it fire a lot more quicker. Anyway, that's all the weapons. So they finally gave lore to the weapons, but all we need now is classic weapon skins, giving the weapons skins that pay homages to Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. But maybe in another life. Anyway, this is CodeFan68 signing off. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and guys, don't forget to watch the trailer because I think some stuff is going to happen to Revenant. I hope he's okay, but who cares about Revenant? You got Mirage. Let's just hope nothing happens to Mirage in that trailer. Anyway, see you later, guys.